Joining us live in the studio this morning is Dr. Beck with WesTex Urgent Care, our favorite doctor, and he's here to talk to us about the difference between asthma and allergies.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Yes, well, allergies are more related to someone who is allergic to something, either pollens, dust, things like that. And it can be manifested, symptoms might be runny nose, itchy, watery eyes, sneezing, as opposed to asthma, which involves more of the respiratory system. Now, a lot of kids, or adults for that matter, that have asthma may have bad allergies too. And there can be different things that can set off their asthma, such as allergies. And there's also exercise-induced asthma that can be set off by physical activity. Asthma is mostly an immune-mediated process, which means that it's a defect in our immune system where the kind of body attacks itself. And so kiddos that have allergies, for instance, that can set off their asthma, you always want to be, you need to treat their allergy symptoms aggressively.
Wow. So what are some symptoms that kids and parents should be looking for, especially with kids, you know, that, okay, this is an allergy, or excuse me, this is an asthma issue. Right. We need to go get you tested or help or something.
Yeah. With asthma, the symptoms are going to be more respiratory related, and the symptoms can vary. The most common symptom is going to be difficulty breathing, shortness of breath, maybe some chest tightness or even chest pain. But sometimes asthma can be manifested only as a chronic cough too. So, you know, the symptoms can be different, but most often it's going to be shortness of breath, even sometimes where you can hear the child or the person wheezing.
Very scary to go through as a child. I remember actually having an asthma attack that came on because I was doing a physical activity. I was running around a lot, and it did turn into like a cough attack where I couldn't catch my breath, and so it felt like I was suffocating. Very terrifying. But along with kind of distinguishing asthma and allergies, I mean, there are a lot of parents out there, it's something we don't think about often, but they're trying to figure out what is not going to kill their child. I mean, there's peanuts, there's fruit allergies, there's grass allergies, and so how do parents kind of decipher, you know, when the appropriate time is to actually get medical help, or maybe to even get an allergy test?
Well, there is allergy testing available if their asthma is brought on by severe allergies, so that you know specifically what allergens they may need to avoid. But as far as treatment or when to seek medical treatment, the biggest thing is a lot of kids, you know, they might have already been diagnosed with asthma, and they might have treatment at home, such as either a nebulizer, which is a machine that aerosolizes the medication that can be inhaled into the lungs, or a little inhaler, a meter dose inhaler. Some people call it a pump. And if they're not responding to that, if they're still having trouble breathing despite having treatment with their regular meds, then they should seek medical treatment in an urgent care clinic, or if it's severe enough, or after hours in the emergency department.
Wow, yeah, and I remember I had activity-induced asthma when I was younger and grew out of it as I got older, but I do remember kind of almost feeling like you're suffocating.
It's scary.
How dangerous is this if this goes untreated for some time, if you start seeing your child maybe during this?
Well, I will say this, asthma can be scary, like you said, but asthma still kills. And believe it or not, I mean, we still have deaths every year related to asthma, and usually it's because people it's rarely that they don't recognize their symptoms. They just put them off, and they just keep treating them at home with their home medications, and they go too far, and then their children get very sick and have complications from their asthma. So it's important to get it treated and get it looked at, and it's usually pretty obvious. If your child is having difficulty breathing, or if you're having trouble breathing and you're not responding to your treatments at home, you need to seek medical care.
All right, and we have that information for you on your screen this morning on where you can go to contact Dr. Beck and get more information about allergies and asthma. Very informational. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.